Did life evolve? Ending all discussions. Check it out. Hello and welcome back. Our home, the blue planet, consists of 70% water and 30% land. It holds many secrets which dates back to the beginning of everything, which are embedded in the rocks as fossils. The early fossil records showed an absence of life forms for a long period of time. And then suddenly, the record shows an explosion of abundant marine life forms known as the Cambrian explosion. This discontinuity of an absent fossil record to a sudden appearance of abundant life forms had even puzzled Charles Darwin. Alfred G. Fisher, a prominent geologist, said that the sudden appearance of the diverse animal stocks has been the most vexing riddle in paleontology. Due to the lack of Precambrian fossils, experts assumed that the time of origin of plants were equivalent to the origin of animals. But by early 1950s, Elso Berghorn Jr. and Stanley Tyler's discovery of the Gunflint fossils and many more confirmed that the time of origin of plant life is not equivalent to the time of origin of animal life. Rather, the origin of plant life was much earlier than the origin of animal life. But the Cambrian explosion still remains as the most vexing riddle for the experts. At present, the fossil records with years of gap between each shows the emergence of plant life followed by the explosion of marine animals, land animals, and finally human beings. Nature's summary. Water is as old as the earth. Absence of life forms on earth for a long time until plants emerged. Plant life emerged earlier than animal life. With years of gap, plants emerge first, followed by marine animals, land animals, and finally human beings. In the book of beginnings in the Jewish scriptures, it is written that darkness was over the surface of the deep. And God said, on day 3, let the land produce vegetation. On day 5, let the water teem with living creatures. On day 6, let the land produce living creatures. Finally, let us create mankind in our image, our likeness. Jewish scripture summary. Water is as old as the earth. Absence of life forms on earth for a long time until plants emerged. Plant life emerged earlier than animal life. With years of gap, plants emerge first, followed by marine animals, land animals, and finally human beings. When we compare both sources from the sciences and Jewish text, we see that both agrees completely in the same order. But how can such an agreement be with a primitive text? Unless it was inspired by the one who created the whole universe. Like in reality 1, 2, and 3, this reality adds to the foundation that God is the one behind the processes. It is God's selection and creation in nature. The Cambrian explosion still remains as the most vexing riddle for the experts. It will remain so, as no amount of natural causes can bring it into existence. Evolution claims that human beings evolved through the process of natural selection and random mutation from marine animal to land animal to humans. If then, why is it that no species evolved from humans? We see that is not the case. It is because God stopped his creation process with human beings. Hence, it is stopped in nature too. If God says so, and so it will be. This God revealed himself to mankind as Yahweh, and there is none like Yahweh. All other gods are man-made, gods of the Egyptians, Babylonians, Greeks, Romans, Indians, South Arabians, etc. How can I be sure? Here's the test. The study of nature alone cannot lead to any God, but the study of nature, the practical, will always agree with the theory, the scripture. And that theory, the scripture, will lead to the true God. This reality, like the other three, are impossible for mankind to fathom, let alone to be written down, because it deals with events before human beings existed. Nature agrees completely with the Jewish scripture, and the scripture points to Yahweh, the one and only God. Life was created by Yahweh. Thank you for watching. See you soon.